Welcome to the Northgate Church podcast from the heart of Chester in the UK.
Sessions on different people in the Bible who encountered Jesus. We're going to look at someone today. We're not going to tell you who it is yet. Can we have the first slide? Okay, so I've just said encounters, and at the front you might be thinking, well, what on earth is an encounter? Okay, what is an encounter? With your partner, just for a second, sorry, I've gone into school mode, with the person next to you, have a little chat about what you think an encounter means. What does it mean? Okay, with your partner, person next to you.
And adults, I'm going to come around to you in a bit as well.
3,
so
2, 1, go!
What's an encounter, do you think? Okay, any thoughts? Children, any thoughts? Go on.
The person who doesn't follow Jesus or doesn't do very good things.
Okay, good idea, thank you. You had a great idea, do you mind sharing? Cool.
It's like when you meet someone or something.
Fantastic, when you might meet someone. Any adults got anything to add to it? No? That's because oh, go on, Lynn.
It's connecting with someone, either for a moment or for a slightly longer time.
Great, fantastic. So we came up with a bit of an idea, and it says, and you may have noticed the glasses, yes, I know. I can now read the screen at the back, it's perfect. An encounter means a meeting with someone, especially one that is maybe meaningful, and sometimes that encounter can be unexpected, can't it? So we then thought about, maybe what about is an encounter with Jesus? How does that look like? Alex?
Okay, so an encounter with Jesus often means more than just meeting him for a minute, okay? In the Bible, there are lots of examples of people who met Jesus, and because of that, their lives were changed, okay? Something big happened in their hearts. It might change their life, it might change the way they think, and it might change the direction that their life goes in.
And over the next few months, our new series is going to be all about encounters that have happened in the Bible. So we've looked at the fruit of the Spirit, and parts of those fruit of the Spirit we're going to be bringing into our series every once a month that Alex and I lead. But we're going to be looking at the encounters that people have and how they met Jesus. So, on the screen.
So there is a bit of a clue as to who this first encounter with Jesus, this person's counter. Oh, I think Ruben thinks he might know. You know as oh my goodness me. Right, so we might not even have to do this bit. Who do we think, again, you can chat with the person next to you, who do we think these two people are? Have a chat with the person next to you.
Who do you think? Okay, I saw Neve's hand shoot up over there. Go on, Neve. Who do you think one of the two people might be?
Zacchaeus and Jesus.
Fantastic. We've got Zacchaeus, we think, and Jesus. Which one's which? Who thinks they might be able to tell me which one's which? Go on.
Okay, that one on the floor is Jesus.
Nice.
Okay.
So we've got Jesus here. What about the man in the tree? Which one's that one? Can you remember his name?
The man in the tree.
Zacchaeus.
Yes, just like Neve said. Fantastic. Brilliant. So, we have got Zacchaeus. Go on.
So I was about to say, what sort of encounter do you think they're going to have? Okay, so remember we talked about encounter being a special meeting where something happens. What sort of thing do we think is going to happen when they meet each other? Okay, have a little think with the partner next to you.
And especially some adults near the back that thought they were just going to sit there today. I might run up there.
So, 30 seconds, what sort of encounter do you think they're going to have?
What do you think? Okay, any adults? Anyone? What sort of encounter do we think that they might have?
They're going to have a chat.
Go on.
They're going to have a chat.
Yes, they are going to have a chat, definitely.
Significant.
Go on.
Significant.
A significant chat, maybe even life-changing, we heard down here with some of the children. Do you have any other ideas, Alex? Go on, Libby.
God is Jesus.
Yeah, God is Jesus. Okay, so fantastic. So we've got a little video that we're going to have a watch of and see whether we can recognise who is who.
Stories of the Bible. Zacchaeus. This is Zacchaeus.
Hey there.
Who was a tax collector and very rich. Tax collectors were hated because many people thought they were liars and cheaters.
Boo!
Zacchaeus lived in Jericho, and one day, Jesus was passing through Jericho.
What's going on?
Jesus is here! Woohoo!
Zacchaeus wanted to see who Jesus was.
Excuse me. Hey, watch where you're going.
But he was too short to see above the crowd.
Ah, that's it.
So he ran ahead to a place where he knew Jesus would come. He climbed to a sycamore tree so he could see Jesus. When Jesus came to that place, he looked up and saw Zacchaeus in the tree.
Oh, hey there, friend. Who? Me? Yeah, you.
He said to him, Zacchaeus, hurry and come down. I must stay at your house today.
Oh, all right.
Zacchaeus came down quickly. He was pleased to have Jesus in his house. All the people saw this and began to complain.
Ugh.
Look at the kind of man Jesus stays with. Zacchaeus is a sinner. But Zacchaeus said to Jesus, I will give half my money to the poor. If I have cheated anyone, I will pay that person back 4 times more. Jesus said, Salvation has come to this house today.
What?
This man truly belongs to the family of Abraham. The Son of Man came to find lost people and save them.
Okay, so I feel like that video explained really, really well the story of it and gave us a really good idea of what it was. But we felt that because it is an all-age service and because we've got lots of children here today and we've got lots of adults, it wouldn't be an all-age service without a bit of drama. I hear you all whoop as you say that. Oh, brilliant, get to practice my drama. So, we need a bit of audience participation. We need the children to help as well. But before we go any further, really into the story, I feel like we need to understand a little bit why Zacchaeus was hated so much. Who can remember what Zacchaeus' job was? Fabian.
He was a tax collector.
He was a tax collector. In fact, he wasn't just a tax collector. He was the chief tax collector. He was the tax collector of all tax collectors in his town. Now, here we have our taxes here, okay? And Sophia has very kindly offered, because we thought we need someone small for this, Sophia has very kindly offered to be Zacchaeus. So can you say welcome? Well, can you say hello to Zacchaeus?
Stand up.
Now, yes, we can give you a clap, but now you might get a few boos, okay, because some people aren't going to like you, okay, especially the children here. Now, you're going to go away for a little while. You're going to count your money, count your taxes, do what you do. Now, you guys on the floor, and actually you guys as well, you can join in. You are going to be the people of Jericho, okay, so the people who where he lived. Now, you are going to be doing some jobs for us. Now, jobs in those days would have been lots of manual jobs. That means lots of things that you would have done that were very, very hard to do. Some of you might have been carpenters, so you might be making things just like Jesus was, just like Jesus did. Some of you might have been fishermen. Some of you might have been shepherds. Some of you might have been picking crops in the fields, okay? So we need to have a little go at doing that first, because in a minute we're going to be your bosses and we're going to give you some money to do it. So are you ready? First we're going to be, and guys, you can join in as well if you're feeling like you need to get out of your seats. First,
They will join in, Alex.
okay, yes, you will join in. Right, are you ready? Everybody, first we are going to be fishermen. So right, get your... Oh, look at this. So enthusiastic. Right, are you ready, guys? Stand up. You show the adults how it should be done, okay? So everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. We're going to be fishermen first, so you need to be in your boats. You're looking. Oh, look, you can see a massive, massive fish there. You ready? Cast your nets. Are you ready? Throw them in. Oh, if we get them in. Oh, pull. Has anybody caught a fish? Oh, good. We like that.
You definitely caught a fish.
Oh, well done. You can have your money. When you've got your money, guys, who are sitting down, you can sit down, okay? So... right, next job we're going to be, it's time to be a shepherd. Get your staff, okay? We're going to wander around. You need to get your sheep to go after you. Come on, keep going. Some of you might want to be sheep if you want. Oh, well done. Oh, you guys are doing some good jobs here. You're working very hard. Look after your sheep. Look after your sheep.
Keep going.
Right, next one. Oh, you're being a farmer and you have to sow some seeds into the ground. So get down onto the ground. This takes a long time, this one. Sow those
well
seeds.
done, working hard.
Make sure the plants look really good.
Working hard.
Sow them in. Sow them in. Well done. Okay.
Lee's had enough, but she's worked hard.
Oh, some of you might be carpenters, so you might be sawing some wood just like Jesus did and making something beautiful out of it.
Got any coins yet?
Okay. Have we all been given our money yet? Oh no, you guys you've got your money. When you've been given your money, you can sit down because you've been paid for your really hard work.
Good job.
Now, this would be great if it was the end of the story. However, if you do some really, really hard work, you have to pay taxes. I'm just going to tell you now, kids, we have to pay taxes as well, okay? So this still happens today, okay? So this is a great lesson on money and being responsible with money. We still have to pay taxes. Now, we don't pay taxes to like a chief tax collector. It doesn't quite work like that these days. But in those days, actually, it was even worse because where they lived was ruled by the Roman Empire. So they were actually being ruled by people that they didn't really like. And do you know what? Some of their money had to go to the tax collectors. The tax collectors had to give it to the Roman Empire. But what did some of the tax collectors do? Can anybody remember? What did they do?
Take them for themselves?
Took a little bit for themselves. So in a minute, Zacchaeus is going to come round. You're going to have to show Zacchaeus your money, and Zacchaeus is going to take 2 coins from you. You're only going to be left with 1, I'm afraid. And Zacchaeus is going to take 2 coins from you. Hold out those hands.
I'll be left with 2.
Off you go, Zacchaeus.
Okay. Right, go and give Zacchaeus some coins.
And Zacchaeus, you can be as rude as you like and say, "Hey, give me your money." It needs to go to the Roman Empire.
Put some in your tub.
Channel that inner drama, that inner
Put it in your tub.
meanness.
And come back for more.
Okay, there you go.
Put it all in. Shove it in.
So shove it in for now, and then you can keep some for yourself. So over there as well. Oh yeah, we can all go boo. Oh no, we don't. Oh, he. Oh look, she's not giving you all of her money. Look,
Right,
she's kept
take
from herself.
That's it. Good job.
That's it. Keep going to some there as well. Okay. Now there's Zacchaeus. He's collecting all the money.
Are there any adults that had some coins?
Did any adults have any coins?
Oh yes, look, Sophia, go around. Look, there's some there.
Oh. Now, we know that Zacchaeus was collecting this money for the Roman Empire, but as we also know, he was keeping a little bit to himself as well. So in a minute, Zacchaeus is going to take some out of the pot and leave some for himself. That is why Zacchaeus was hated so much. Okay? Oh, he's still going. Still going. Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Wouldn't want to mess with Zacchaeus.
If looks could kill. Whoa, right, okay. So put some in there. But you know what, Sophia? This is where we can go. Dun, dun, dun. Everybody.
Dun, dun, dun.
The shock. Oh, my goodness me. Right. Oh, Zacchaeus. Oh, she's happily with her money.
Very content,
being very
Zacchaeus
happy.
now.
So I'm going to carry on with the story now, and it goes like this. It's taken from Luke 19, 1-10. This is Zacchaeus, who was a tax collector in Jericho and very rich. We know that because he's taken all the money. A lot of people hated tax collectors because they thought they were liars and cheaters. Do we agree? Yeah. Zacchaeus heard, though, that Jesus was passing through town. Okay, now I need a Jesus. Now, I have actually prepped for this, and this person was so enthusiastic, would you believe? This person was jumping up and down for joy and went, "Oh, please, can I be Jesus?" And I said, I'm so pleased. Johnny, would you do us the honour? Johnny, I need you to go to the back. And I need all of you guys, you need to be our crowd. So everybody stand up. And we're going to suddenly, so everybody turn around.
Go
and
Johnny.
Maybe Jesus could have a few friends with him, because he looks a little bit lonely at the moment. So maybe we could have a few.
Alex, there's some come in as well.
Oh, look, we've got some little short friends here. We've got Addy, could you be a disciple? Could you be a disciple of Etta? Jenny, could you be a disciple as well? Right, okay, so all they are. We hear that Jesus is coming, and oh my goodness, Jesus is here. We've heard all these wonderful things that happen. How might you react? Jesus is coming. Way. Now, as Jesus is coming, oh look, there's Zacchaeus still counting his money. Oh, but someone gives message to Zacchaeus. Joe, could you do the honours?
Yep.
And let him know that Jesus is coming to town.
Jesus is coming to town.
Boo!
Say, I want to see him.
That's a little bit off script.
Oh, Zacchaeus said, "I want to see him."
Oh, I want to see him. But there was a slight problem with Zacchaeus. Oh no. He runs there and, right, everybody get really, really, really tall. Oh no. There was a slight problem because he couldn't see Jesus. So, as Jesus and his followers and everybody else was going forward, Zacchaeus ran on ahead. Oh, and in a minute, a tree is going to pop out of nowhere. Let's all run. Let's go this way. We're going to come forward, and everybody, oh, we want to see Jesus. Have a little chat with him on the way. Oh, Jesus, isn't he brilliant? Let's keep going this way. And we're going forward, and oh my goodness, Joe, I did not think you were going to do that. Right, okay, so we need some people to help be the tree now.
They're on the end there, Alex. They're on the end.
Oh, they're on the end. Grab a leaf. Grab a leaf. We're going to make the tree now.
Put your legs apart.
Oh, don't you just love it when things go to plan? Right, so we come here. Can you all be our leaves as well? So, like, put them here. Yeah, that's it. Lovely. So we've got our lovely tree. Zacchaeus is on the tree. Jesus is coming forward. And let's actually go back to the Bible, that might help. Let's have a look. So it says, he ran ahead to a place where Jesus knew he would come. He climbed a sycamore tree. I'm really sorry if you're a gardener and those leaves look nothing like a sycamore tree. So he could see Jesus. When Jesus came by, he looked up and he saw Zacchaeus in the tree. And what did he say to him? He said, "Zacchaeus, come down at once.
Zacchaeus, come down at once.
I must stay at your house today."
I must stay at your house today.
Right, now, there's a slight pause because I just want us to have a little think about what all of you might think about that. You hate Zacchaeus. He stole your money. He's a liar. He's a cheat. And there's a whole crowd of people, and Jesus has chosen him to go to the house, to go to his house, not even to go and be with Jesus, but actually to come into his house. Now, there's a in drama, isn't there, Rach? You know when you do, like, what's it called, where you put your hand on someone's shoulder and you get their thoughts. Can you remember what it's called? It's called like Conscience Alley or something. Is there anybody who would like to tell me, if you were in the crowd or children, what would you think if this had just happened? You hate this guy and now he's been chosen to spend time with Jesus. Okay, put your hand up if you would like to share what you might be thinking. It might just be one word. It might be a sentence. It looks like Sheila's got one.
Unfair.
Absolutely unfair. Any other words? Any other sentences?
What the?
Yeah, glad you stopped there. Any others? Why him? Absolutely. I've actually got some more. If I just give them out to some different people. Maybe not you because you're a disciple. Okay. I'm going to give one to you. Can I give one to you, Rich? You guys can share it together. I'm just going to come round. These are some thoughts that people might think.
This is so unfair. Why does he get to spend time with Jesus?
He's such a cheat. Do you think he'll cheat Jesus too?
Maybe they're unsure. They think, hang on a minute, he's going to cheat on Jesus and he's going to take his money too.
This is so confusing. How does he even know his name? He's never met him.
There was one at the back. Who else had the other one? Hey, there we go.
I'm feeling jealous. Why does he want to go to his house and not mine?
Absolutely. Feeling so jealous. You think, well, I've done everything right. I've paid my taxes. I've lived a good life. This Zacchaeus over here has done everything wrong, and yet he chooses to be with him. Okay, but we know... I think you may sit down now. Well done for being so involved. I think we need to give everybody a round of applause. Just to finish off, though, Zacchaeus hopped down from the tree.
Just in case you didn't know, I'm still a tree.
And he went with Jesus and he went to his house. And that's where's the house? You can decide where it is. Oh, look, he's taking him. Off he goes. Brilliant. Thank you, guys. Thank you, trees. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to come and sit back on the carpet. Are you ready? 5, 4.
That's it. Go on and find a seat.
3, 2, 1, 0. Now, you can keep hold of it, lovely. That's okay. Okay, I'll take it. Now, that's actually not quite the end of the story, because it says Zacchaeus came down and welcomed Jesus gladly. All the people saw this and began to complain. We've done that bit. And it said, Jesus has gone to be the guest of a sinner. And that means someone who's done loads of wrong things that God doesn't like. But Zacchaeus said to Jesus, I will give half of my money to the poor.
Hooray!
I will give
half of my money.
I will give half my money
to the poor.
to the poor.
If I have cheated anyone,
If I have cheated anyone,
I will pay that person back
I'll pay that person back
4 times more.
4 times more.
So he gave them. So what you need to do now, Zacchaeus, is you now need to go and pay those people back.
to each.
So just go and give them some of those. And then Jesus said, sorry, Johnny, you thought it was all over. Jesus said...
I can't believe how quickly he sat down again.
Jesus said...
Today salvation has come to your house. The Son of Man came to look for the lost and save them.
Okay, so just a couple of points to think about that story. He wasn't just a tax collector, he was the chief tax collector. He thought he was doing really well in life. He was rich, he had an important role in Jericho. He knew he wasn't well liked, but he actually didn't really seem to care.
And the world may have looked at him and either hated him, but he himself may have thought, the world thinks I'm doing really well. I have wealth, I have power over other people in that place.
So as we said, he wasn't honest. We know that he took money from other people, not just for the Roman Empire, but for his back pocket as well. So he wasn't honest, therefore he wasn't well liked, and people hated him because of this.
But in our story, when we were looking at it, we just tried to pull out a couple of things that maybe we can then think about applying in our own life. And one of the things there is that Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus. So why do you think this might have been? Why might Zacchaeus wanted to have seen Jesus? Any thoughts by anyone? I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Children will have a little chat together. What do you think? Go. Why do you think?
I have 5 points now.
Joshua?
I've got 10 pounds.
Yeah, he couldn't see him, could he? That's right.
That's like 5 pounds.
Okay, why do we think Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus? Any ideas? You can just shout it out. We're both out of breath, so we're not going to run around with the microphone. Any ideas?
Despite all his wickedness, there was something within him that longed to see something different.
Yeah, Lynn has been reading my notes as always. we put here that there was something clearly stirred within inside Zacchaeus, wasn't there? That he thought, hold on a minute, I want to see Jesus. It wasn't just I can't see, I'm going to run off again. But something stirred within him that meant that he saw Jesus as someone who was special at that moment. Despite Zacchaeus' status, his job, his wealth, there was still something that was more and that was bigger than, I say, those things that he had on earth, wasn't it? And so we saw Zacchaeus. He climbed up that tree, didn't he? And this would not have been something, when I was thinking about this, not been something that would have been normally done by not only a tax collector, but the chief tax collector, okay? It was something that was a bit undignified, I imagine, for him to do. And when we think of that, we just thought, he's just climbed up that tree. But I know myself, climbing a tree is not always the easiest thing to do. And I think, as I say, Zacchaeus did that with a different view, didn't he? He knew that he needed to see him, and that was something different. And sometimes in life, as a little practical point, we have to do things that maybe are out of our comfort zone to meet with Jesus. Now, when we were talking, it's not every single time you have to do something uncomfortable. And it's really important, children and adults, to remember that we can meet Jesus wherever. We can be sat in the bathroom, on the toilet, and we can speak to Jesus. You could be here on a Sunday morning and you can speak to Jesus. Exactly, and that's a brilliant reminder for us. But something here, sometimes in life, we have to maybe push through or do something that's not always the most uncomfortable to be able to meet with Jesus. And he wants to meet with us, so that was really important. Go on, what have I missed? No. This is a problem when it's not quite printed and I haven't got it here.
No, I was just going to say, we were talking about it earlier and I was saying, but you can meet God wherever you are in your comfort zone. And then you were saying, well, actually, no, just what you explained then. But you were saying that, so you've been praying, haven't you, on a Friday morning?
Yep.
And you've been having to get up with Al. And
someone else that we're not going to tell you who that is.
And it is out of your comfort zone because you're having to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's taking that time, isn't it, and sacrificing that time to meet with Jesus. Next one. So, we've talked about Zacchaeus wanting to see Jesus, but then Jesus called Zacchaeus by name. How do we think he felt? How do we think Zacchaeus felt by being called by name?
I felt amazed.
You felt amazed.
Confused, probably.
Absolutely, because remember, Zacchaeus has actually never met him in person before. What did you want to say, Ben?
Embarrassed.
Maybe a bit embarrassed. Yeah, do you know what? I kind of feel like actually he might have felt a little bit embarrassed because actually he knows he's done lots of things wrong and he knows he's heard that Jesus has done all these amazing things and he's thinking, oh goodness, do you think he's going to have heard of that? Has he heard that Zacchaeus is a bad person, so that's how he knows who I am? Okay, so he might have felt a little bit embarrassed, maybe a bit guilty to see Jesus because of all the things he'd done wrong. But it says in the Bible that Zacchaeus took Jesus to his house in great excitement and joy. So he might have felt a little bit embarrassed in the tree to begin with, but he soon went, wow. And actually, we only have that one line, don't we? Where Jesus says, I want to come to your house today. Okay, it doesn't say anything else. Now, of course, there probably was more conversation, but Zacchaeus was getting so excited in great excitement and joy because meeting Jesus had that impact on him.
And we don't know, as Alex said, what those conversations were that Zacchaeus and Jesus had. But we were thinking here that was Zacchaeus maybe hoping for like a well done from Jesus? He wanted, come to my house. There could have been that sense of guilt or embarrassment, but there could have almost been like that, he knows who I am. I want him to come to my house. And actually, maybe there was that element of his status and him wanting that, but actually Jesus knew him already and knew what he was like. There was no masks or mirrors with Jesus. He knew exactly what Zacchaeus was like, but he still chose him and wanted to meet with him. Zacchaeus' heart, and this is the thing that we were wanting to talk about, Zacchaeus' heart wasn't necessarily in the right place. Again, the Bible doesn't give us that explicit detail, but through the actions of what Zacchaeus was doing, we can kind of understand and infer that his heart wasn't in the right place before that encounter with Jesus. But by Jesus simply spending time with him, it changed his heart. And that's a really big lesson for us this morning. That amongst all the busyness of life, whether that's school, whether that's jobs, whether that's spending time with family and friends, when we meet with Jesus, he delights in that. And spending time with him, he can change our heart. Okay.
And I think you've touched upon this already, but I just think it's really important to know, and this is for adults as well, that actually Jesus wanted to spend time with Zacchaeus because he loved him. Even though he'd made wrong choices, he still wanted to spend time with him, and that's so important for us to understand as well, as children, as teenagers, as adults, that actually, whatever we do, whatever choices we make, God still loves the very depths of us. He knows the depths of our heart, and yet he still wants to spend time with us. He still wants to be with us. He wants to change our hearts, but he loves us in spite of all of those things. So however we're feeling, however wherever we are in life, whatever we've done, whatever we've said, whatever we've thought, Jesus still wants to spend time with us. And I think that hopefully is a real encouragement to some of us today, where you might feel so far away from God and you might think, I've done too many things that I just cannot change. It's not the truth, because Jesus loves us so much.
Oh, I've clicked the wrong place, Alex. The other thing that we were thinking about there is that Jesus sees all the good things in us. Yes, we all make mistakes and do the wrong things. And even though we're not perfect like he is, he sees the good things in us. And the more time that you spend with someone else, the more that you can understand and recognize and see the good person that they might be. So just like that, our relationship with Jesus, the more time we spend with him, the more like we become like him. And that could be praying, it could be spending time with others to learn more about him, or it could be reading the Bible, coming to church on a Sunday and understanding more about him. Just before we finish for this morning of our little part here, just wanted to highlight that Zacchaeus may not have known how important the encounter with Jesus was going to be. And when I asked what an encounter was and what that one was with Jesus was going to be like, we said that's going to be important. And more often than not, it can be life-changing. Now, just as a sidetrack, sometimes when we think meeting with Jesus always needs to be life-changing, we hope and pray as Christians that when we spend time with Jesus, our life changes. But that may not be like a sudden, boom, I was once like that and now I'm like that. Which often as young people we can think, oh, I haven't felt that massive change in my life, therefore Jesus might not be with me. But I think as adults, and the older you get, the more you learn that Jesus, as I said at the start of our service, can speak to us and change our hearts in different ways. And he wants to do that. Jesus wants to spend time with us. Zacchaeus' heart changed after he had met with Jesus. It wasn't a chance encounter. It was Jesus knew that situation was going to happen. And he knew who Zacchaeus was and wanted to meet with him. And then Zacchaeus' heart, as we saw when Sophia played Zacchaeus, giving back that money. It wasn't just I'm going to give back just what I've taken. He was giving back more than that. His heart must have changed. His appearance may also have changed. How he acted with other people would have also have changed in that part there. Alex, anything else to add?
Yeah, no, I think you said that beautifully. So
his heart, and
his heart changed, so therefore his actions changed. So people will have noticed a difference. So I am aware that we are at 20 to 12, but what I'm going to say is if the children would like to do a little craft, and then maybe if we get the the band up to do the last couple of songs, I'm just going to explain the craft to you quickly. It might be something that you might not get to finish and you take home. But what it is a little heart. And on one side, we would like you to talk about how Jesus sees you, okay? It might be Jesus sees you as funny, loving, creative, a good listener, helpful, kind, good at writing, good at sports, okay? So things that you're good at as well. How does Jesus see you, okay? What good things does he see in you? And then the other side is things I want Jesus to change in my heart, okay? They're all things. And actually, adults, even when we're worshipping in a minute, just have a little think about something that you want Jesus to change. The more you spend time with him, what is something in your life? You could think back to the fruit of the Spirit and think, which one am I not very good at? Which one do I need more help with? And it can be a simple prayer of, please help me with this. So I've put things like more patience, thinking before I speak, showing more kindness to those who aren't very lovable. Don't gossip about others. Be more gentle. Stand up for others. So there's just a kind of a double-sided there of thought of how Jesus sees you, but then how you want to change, how you want Jesus to change your heart. Okay.
So, could we hand over to you? And then, as I say, as adults, you might want to just spend a little bit of time reflecting upon that, and then children will come over to here if you want to, and we'll have a little go at making the craft.
Thanks for listening to the Northgate Church podcast. Find out more at northgate.org.uk or find us on social media by searching Northgate Church Chester.